everybody. What an absolutely crazy time. I've lived through the 1987 crash. I was actually on the trading floor 8 weeks after that crash. The interest rates in the 90s, the tech bubble in the late 90s, and the crash in 2000, even the credit crisis in 2007. I have never seen anything like this. Friends of mine have been calling me to say, hey, you're actually very well positioned considering what you've just created in the marketplace, and you should be letting people know more. So I actually wanted just to put this together. Now, the last thing I want to do is come across obviously as salesy, and that's not the whole point of this. But we created a platform here that we focus particularly in the telehealth space for people and for pets, but it's got such applicability today given the crisis that's going on that I wanted to give people an understanding of what's out there and what's possible to use as of course you're being stuck at home or having to work remotely and avoiding contact and stuff. So please excuse any salesy stuff, but I definitely want to let people know what's possible today and let my friends share with others in the industry. And if we can help out at all online, trying to continue conversations, continue business moving, because boy, we got to continue this business moving worldwide or we are all in serious trouble. So I'm just going to dive in and let you know exactly what we've done. About a year ago, we launched an online consulting platform, and we've combined, as you can see, platform features here to basically, and we focus in the telehealth space, both for people and for pets. And that's where we've been focused today and growing very nicely in the last 2 or 3 months in particular. But it's actually got such an applicability across multiple verticals, multiple businesses that I wanted to sort of share this with you as well. We've built a SaaS-based platform, so basically this allows a company to have no downloads whatsoever. It's all run remotely. And we've combined the major functions of companies like Zoom and Calendly and Shopify to be able to have consultants create their own web page, create their own calendar, and therefore allow scheduling so clients can basically log in, see their availability and book it. They can actually create your own services. So you might have a 30-minute consultation or a 90-minute consultation. You can use messaging, phone, video. We also have, of course, in-office and at-home appointments, which today you're not going to be using. But the whole idea is that we've got multiple communication services that you can actually create yourself. So if you want a 90-minute, $30 or $30 90-minute service, your choice. You can spin those up instantly. And then, of course, there's the whole e-commerce on the side, so you can actually have free but also paid. So you can take payment for your services. So in the telehealth space, it totally makes sense. Let's look at the pets, for example. We started right away in the emergency space. So if you have a problem with one of your pets, you do not know if you should take Fluffy in. It's 11 o'clock at night. You could jump online. You can send a message or schedule a video call with a vet. Have that video call live. Upload documents, videos, images of the pet. Exchange messages back and forth inside a common thread that you can then go back into and actually continue that conversation. So the vet would likely say, okay, yes, you this is an emergency situation and or not based upon what they see. So it's like a triage, and then you would actually be able to go into the platform later if you wanted to see exactly what the recommendation was of the vet was, or what was the imagery or the video that we all saw. You can actually go back in and see that. So there's a history. So I've just laid out the platform here on Live.Clinic as our company. And on the left-hand side, we can create our own pages, so like Wix or Squarespace. We could do scheduling like Calendly. We could do communications like Zoom or any telephony systems, as well as messaging. So you don't need emails necessarily, or messaging is all inside a single thread. And then, of course, we can do e-commerce as well. So you can actually take payments and filter them through to a system. We use Stripe, nothing to do with you. Stripe is embedded in the system, and it's all sort of easily set up. So I thought I'd just give you a quick run through here. I don't want to spend too much time doing this, but this is what a system can look like on the back end, and it's very simple to set up. So here's one example of a company I just set up recently called Acme Solutions, of course. And on the back end here, you can have a dashboard where you can set your availability. So, for example, I've got recurring availability set here, and I can change it up here. And then I can also go and set just individual availabilities, for example, by simply doing something like this and choosing availabilities and pressing save. Turns yellow. That's my availability on the Saturday. You have time zones, the whole shooting match. Very easy to set up. You can then see appointments that you've had, messages back and forth with clients. You can actually see the clients themselves. You can also do things like setting up services. So you can actually create your own service. So for example, there's a 30-minute video call I've created. It's going to be free in this situation. I can do things like provide a message Upon the booking of that consultation, you can actually have intake questions. So if you've got a consulting business and you want somebody to actually answer some questions ahead of time to help you with that conversation, you can do that. And of course, those are saved inside that thread. So every time your client logs back in, they can see all the messages, they can see the questions, they can see the videos, they can see the Word documents, the PDFs, they can see the contracts, anything that you've uploaded into this thread, they can see and you can see going forward. You can do different radio buttons for the intakes, all kinds of stuff like that. You can record the conversations, and then you can actually choose the actual text that's shown out on the homepage. So, for example, just to show you quickly, here's what that homepage looks like. And I create that right here on the landing page. So I can change the color scheme, I can change the logos, and then I can change the page itself. And this page is very similar to Wix or Squarespace, but we've taken the best blocks that we've seen out in the marketplace and made them such that you can create these on the fly. So you can create your own web page immediately. If you like the web page you already got, no problem. Just link from that web page to this one, and this is where you would start the process of allowing somebody to book a service with you, have a conversation, send messages, upload documents, etc. But if you wanted to play around with this one, you could also, this is a template that's given when you first start, but it's so simple. You simply hit edit. You would go in and change whatever you're looking to change on the document and hit save, and it would all change here. Very, very simple to set up. So that's what the back end looks like. We also have some marketing tools in here. You can set up things like coupons so that if you are looking to create a service that is chargeable, but you actually want to give it for free, you could actually set up a coupon here and let the people know that, for the first time, the first video consult, for example, is free. And then you have Google Analytics and Facebook tracking pixel codes as well, all what you would normally have in a decent web page as such. And then you have your own admin settings, because you can have multiple employees inside of this platform. So I'm actually myself only, but if I had a number of employees here as well, for example, I'm a group accounting firm, and there might be 5 of us in the firm, and somebody from the outside can come in, see who they want to book with, a tax expert, a private property expert, and then they can actually book a consultation that way. Lots of different ways. And then you can do revenues, payouts, and transactions, disputes, all kinds of things like this as you're going forward. So that just gives you a quick idea here. But here's an example of companies that are already set up. So here's one called natureprenetwork.com. And the front end this is for naturepreneurs. So this is, again, in the health space, and it gives you an idea as to who they are, what kind of questions they normally answer inside of this network or inside of this platform, the kind of services that they offer, free to actual bookings, and then about the network, and some things about, again, depending on what you're trying to do on that actual page, you're trying to convince somebody, move them up your sales ladder as such. So lots of different options here in terms of how you set them up. And then, of course, we've also got SmartVet, which, again, if you have a look at that, smart.vet, which is an actual system that we've built up, and we're actually we're going gangbusters right now because of the COVID, obviously. But anyway, I just wanted to give you an idea. There's an idea of what we actually do. Love to chat with anybody who's of interest. If you want to share this around into the network, more than happy to see if there are other businesses out there that are stuck at home, they're stuck remotely, that can't actually do the kind of business that they want to do in person. If we can help do that online and create that relationship a little bit further with that client, really happy to help out there. So anyway, thanks very much, guys. Appreciate it.